Why won't you sign it?
Let me explain something to you about business, since, as usual, you're turning this into something about yourself. No contract means I have all the power. They want me, but they can't have me.
You're right.
Really is. I need to calm down. Who is he visiting? Is this Charles Whitmore?
Wake up, Charles.
Ooh. I'm about to give this man a knife. It's about to be a bloody birthday. Yeah.
Are you ready?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again for some more Mad Men. Season 2 is on the way, as you know. All right, so today we're going to be reacting to episode 4 of season 2. Now, as you guys know, recognizing this show for what it is, last episode was pretty good. I'm enjoying watching Mad Men. You know, lots of life lessons, lots of comparisons between how things were back then until now. Things are vastly different, but also some things remain the same as well. So it's so fascinating to kind of, you know, go back in time, you know, because maybe it is fiction, so you know you got to take it with a grain of salt, but I do believe that a lot of the stuff that's being portrayed in the show is how it used to be back then. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be somebody that did their research and then made the show. It's not going to be, I don't feel like this is just something that's like what you think happened back in the day, but this is how it used to be. This is how the dynamics used to be. I can imagine, you know what I'm saying? Just not speaking from experience, but you know what I'm saying, just talking to people who are of that age that lived through that time. You know what I'm saying? They can account to you and tell you that, yeah, that's pretty much how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? And I've asked plenty of people, not about the show itself, but people who used to live back in those days, what it was like, what was the relationship dynamics like, you know what I mean? And that's why I can speak so confidently about what I speak about when it comes on to, especially when it comes on to relationships, you know what I'm saying, marriages and all this other stuff, because I talk to a lot of people who lived through that time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, some of them are dying now, but you know, that's a part of life as well. So it is what it is. But this is an incredible show. And I'm enjoyed it. But anyways, guys, if you want to see more episodes of Mad Men, if you want to be ahead of the curve by the time you watch this, we'll be way further ahead on Patreon. So make sure you go check out the Patreon, man. Support the channel. Do what you do in any way that you can to support us. As you can see, if you look at my channel, look at my numbers, I don't do a lot of numbers, okay? I don't do a lot of numbers. I don't know if YouTube is stifling the channels that I make. I don't know what it is. The algorithm just don't like me. So if you want to support your boy, want to show some love, that is a good place to show some love, okay? And you do get some perks as well. There's also a tier over on Patreon where you can, whatever you suggest goes to the top of the list as well, and it'll get reacted to a lot faster. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Anyways, let's get to the reaction, and I will see you guys at the end for the review.
Are you leaving?
Just to get some air.
You don't have to be polite.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to lie to you in here. Are you a new priest?
I'm visiting. So you're gonna come back in?
Yes.
There's number 2, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Why are we in the living room?
Because we live here. What did I say about the stereo?
I wasn't touching it.
Yeah.
Bobby, I saw you do it.
I didn't do it.
Go watch TV, both of you.
Literally catch kids doing something and they still would say, I didn't do it.
Hello? Father.
You're not leaving, are you?
Father, welcome. Come before it gets cold.
Hello, Father. Sorry, Miss Mass. My back is out.
He hasn't been feeling well, but he did his part. He watched the baby.
Well, I hope you feel better soon.
We all do.
I'm sorry. I gotta lay down.
Oh, please, please.
Oh, come.
Oh, of course, Father. Right this way. We have you here. Gerard, Mikey, wash your hands. Okay.
I see a young boy around. All the
Don't wait for them.
cougars flock to them.
Father, would you?
I don't know if you guys have
say
ever
grace?
seen.
Certainly.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. But this is a very true thing that happens. Not only around Catholic churches, but this happens around, just, Christians in general. I don't know about other, religions, if you will. Like, I don't know. But I know in Christian churches, or the ones that I've been to, anytime a new man comes to the church, pastor or not, you just see all these unmarried single women just flock towards him. It's unnecessary.
Peggy works in Manhattan.
Oh, really? What do you do, Peggy?
She works on Madison Avenue. She comes up with the words in advertisements.
They call it copywriting, Ma.
Father, I'm glad you're here.
It is such an honor to have you in our house. And I'm sorry the chicken was overcooked.
The chicken was perfect, and you know that.
Go get the brownie.
Let me wrap up some cake.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you, Anita. You all really made me homesick. I want to ask you about something, and it's personal. I have the honor of delivering the sermon next Sunday. It's Palm Sunday. That's a biggie. I mean, you're on deck for Easter. And, well, you said you did presentations.
I don't know that I'm your audience.
You were leaving, and we ended up having supper together. And you're the only person in this parish that knows about public speaking. This is how God works.
I find that if I'm prepared and I have confidence in what I'm selling, that kills the butterflies. Well, pick somebody and make eye contact with them. You'd think it would make you nervous, but it really focuses you. I can only speak for myself, but the sermon is the only part of Mass that's in English, and it's very hard to tell sometimes. Maybe be simpler? I should go, I really do have to work.
Idle hands. It's good to know you. Have a great week.
I love your feet, Mom.
Stand still.
I thought those were water skis. Oh. Yeah?
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Oh no.
It's late. Everybody brush your teeth and go to bed.
I'm hungry.
You're going to bed.
We didn't have any dinner.
Come downstairs, I'll make you some grilled cheese.
Go.
Yeah, I remember them beds that you couldn't jump on.
Spare it. To what do I owe the pleasure?
May I take your coat? No, thank you. I have an idea for a television show.
Congratulations.
Is it too early to have a drink?
What is it?
Everyone loves candid camera, right? Hidden camera situations. Only Jimmy's the host, and he's Jimmy, you know? Not nice. It's called Grin and Bear It.
It's cute.
I thought it up all by myself.
ABC's sick about losing candid camera. But you'd have to get Jimmy out of his contract with Utz. Show needs a national sponsor. Utz won't do you any good.
You're a pessimist. They could let him out. They should want to keep Jimmy happy.
They could be told that their spots would have more punch wherever they air if Jimmy's on a hit television show.
That is very good advice.
I'm trying to remember where I know this lady from. I know her from some other show. I just can't put my hands on it.
Will you sell the show for me?
I'm not
She
interested
just
in
locked the
doing
door.
Oh.
that, but I can talk to the Shillings.
I was thinking how I could avoid becoming bored with you.
She is starving.
I have work.
Bullshit.
You need to shave.
You need to shave.
Some people weren't so good today.
What happened?
Bobby broke the record player. When I asked him about it, he said he didn't do it. He lied to my face.
Where is he?
In his room.
Mommy says you broke the hi-fi. I believe her. Don't do that again.
I won't.
That's it? I said to him, wait till your father gets home, and that's what he gets. Go to sleep.
He knows he did something wrong.
First the shenanigans with the washing machine, and now the record player. Don, you have to do something. He needs a
Like-
spanking.
Oh,
How
okay.
else is he going to learn the difference between right and wrong?
What do you mean by telling him? What do you mean? Listen, this is one of the things, right? And you're hearing this from, you know what I'm saying, a white parent. So the whole thing about white people don't beat their kids, get that shit out of your head, because that's not true. And I've known that for a very long time, that's not true. It's just new age parents don't want to beat their kids. Now, listen, I'm gonna say this. He's never spoken to him before, so there's no need to do this at the first time around. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, when a kid is misbehaving like that, right? I love what Don just did. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, if he does it again, if he breaks something after you tell him not to mess with it and he breaks it again, then he deserves a spanking. But off the bat like that this is the first time he's actually talking to him, and he's been doing stuff, and I noticed that she's been, you know, kind of trying to egg Don on to, you know, say something. I believe he should have said something already, but this is the first time he's actually saying something to him, because at the very least, kids jump on bed. So I'm not even gonna hit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say the kid that's a big deal. It's not a big deal. Him breaking the bed, jumping on the bed, it's not a big deal. You get what I'm saying? Like, kids jump on beds all the time. They're playing. They were obviously all playing in the bed, and the bed just happens to break. It could have been that there was too much weight on the bed at the same time, so you can't entirely blame the kid for the breaking of the bed. Now, you know, the kid is a liar, period. You know what I'm saying? So he gets no pass for that. So that's why I feel like Don should have stepped in already, but he finally did, and he tell the kid, listen, I believe your mom. I've been seeing all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? When daddy steps in, you know that the hammer is real, okay? Because obviously he's not listening to his mom, right? So he drops the hammer. You know what I'm saying? He drops the hammer. He said he's not going to do it. So now he knows the father is involved now. He knows that the father is involved. So now you got to see what happens. You can't just tell, you know what I'm saying, tell your husband what to do in this situation. You want him to handle it? He handle it the way he always sees fit. Now you got to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, if you feel like you need a spanking, why don't you spank him? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why are you pressing Don to discipline the child the way how you want to discipline the child? Like, that's wrong. I did what I saw fit. Maybe I don't want to put hands on my kid, right? Maybe I feel like that's stern enough for him to understand. Now, if he does it the second time and this is continuous behavior, right? Then you can, you know what I mean? But I know some people are going to disagree with me on this, but I don't feel like the kid deserves a spanking for what he's been doing. I was a very curious child, so I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he was breaking the stuff on purpose, like, I feel like he just wants to know how things work. And that's, for me, I was a very curious child when it comes on to electronics and stuff like that. I used to literally take like the radio and stuff in the house apart and put it back together. Like I used to do stuff like that just to know how things work. What is this connected to? What did this button do? You know, what is it connected to? What's making it work? I was extremely curious about these things. So if every time when you know, maybe I didn't put it back together and it didn't work or something like that, I would probably try to hide it or whatever the situation is. If I was able to get a beating every time I did something like that, it probably would have probably would have been beaten to death. So I think it's just out of curiosity. He is a boy, and that's why I kind of feel like you know, she's kind of going to the extreme about this, and I think maybe the whole stay-at-home mom thing is just just weighing on her a little bit, and you know, and she just feel like maybe Don is not really putting in his 2 cents, you know, as much as she would want him to.
That's not the way it works.
You think you'd be the man you are today if your father didn't hit you?
Yes. What do you mean? Yo. Listen, I'm not saying that beatings don't deter you from doing certain things, but beatings don't it don't prevent you. That is a choice that a human being makes. You decide to not do the wrong thing anymore. So whether or not, sometimes you're gonna learn the lesson the hard way, and sometimes you learn it the easy way. If your parents are telling you to do something, and like, this logic is stupid. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I say that, you know, this is why, you know, there's this thing now in America where you can't hit your kids, right? Although people still do it, they just, you know what I'm saying, do it in a way where, you know what I'm saying, you know, they won't go to jail. But you can go to jail. Kids call, say, hey, we parents are beating me. Parents can go to jail for that. So it's like, it's I get where she's coming from, but at the same time, it's like, no, yes, you could still be the man you are without the beatings, without getting hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do believe that it's a good way to deter kids from doing certain things, but you can't just get up every minute, every time, just hitting your kid like that. Like, every time they do something wrong, you're hitting them. Every time. I mean, come on, man.
Can I get something to eat?
Just walked away from her.
Not anymore. I got us Good Friday first thing. Most of the team's already here. The rest are on their way.
Did he?
Hello?
Let me look. I walk out of the room for 10 seconds.
Curiosity.
He needs to go to the emergency room. One child in the emergency room is enough to deal with. Take Sally.
Send Sally to Francine's.
It's Palm Sunday. I'm not about to impose on Francine today.
First of all, why are you taking a kid to taking a child to the emergency room for a mild burn? Seriously? I'm gonna learn that lesson the hard way.
Father, welcome.
They're back again.
I'm sorry, Anita, Miss Olsen, I can't stay.
Oh no.
Oh, that's terrible.
Peggy didn't make it?
Oh, she's sick.
Oh, well, could you give her this? It is a copy of my sermon. She helped me quite a bit, and I would love for her to see it.
So nice. He's taking an interest in her.
Yeah, but she trying to get a man too.
Friday morning, the American Airlines folks will join us at 10. Roger will handle the introductions. Mr. Cooper, Mr. Sterling, creative to the right, accounts to the left, starting with myself, then the American Airlines people, then Campbell. Pete, you're next to our man, Shell Keneally. We have 90 minutes to present. I'll do the setup, the history of American Airlines up to and including the crash. I'll tee up creative with what research says travelers are waiting to hear from American. And then Don, you do what you do. I say we show all three campaigns. Eliminate all possible objections. Something for everybody. Remember, this isn't the work we have to run in the end. This is about winning these guys over.
You have big ones. My mommy has big ones too. And I'm gonna have big ones when I grow up. Are you resting? Everybody's resting.
No,
I'm thinking.
Let's have a conversation.
Really now?
No, she's my girlfriend.
Do you kiss her?
Sometimes.
Do you lay on top of her?
Your daddy's gonna be angry if I don't do my work.
Oh, okay.
That's just
American Airlines
wrong.
is not about the past any more than America is. Ask not about Cuba. Ask not about the bomb. We're going to the moon. That crash happened to somebody else. It's not about apologies for what happened. It's about those 7 men in the room on Friday and what airline they are going to be running.
So, what does that mean?
Let's pretend we know what 1963 looks like.
Really? Don't tell me you have to explain that too.
What's that leave us with? Introductions? If I can't mention the crash, there's no preamble at all.
It would be so nice if she came up, if she's actually listening and learning. No.
She's here on
she
a
fell
Sunday,
asleep.
I respect that. But you know she's earning more than all of us.
Come on. Good night, ladies. Thanks for babysitting.
She drank that shit, bro.
Oh, it was good. He gave us a copy of his sermon to give to you. Okay, so long.
It's nice that he can get to know her without all her troubles. She's such a beautiful young girl.
You're too easy on her, you know that.
Oh, now she's too easy on her?
Jerry warming up the car?
Or you could just outright say you wanted a shot at old father dude.
Shell Keneally was fired this morning.
Holy.
The restaurant.
What?
What's going on?
It's over.
So why are they coming in?
Because they have to.
And we have to deliver a stillborn baby.
Mr. Phillips, the gentlemen are here from American Airlines.
Send them in.
I took something that didn't belong to me.
Go on.
Seriously?
I took the Lord's name in vain 3 times. And I'm so angry at my little sister. She is causing my mother so much pain. She seduced a married man. It's a terrible sin, and she acts like it didn't even happen.
Yo, this is just some evil shit, bro. As much as it's the truth, right? Like, it's the truth, but you don't do this, man. It's some evil stuff because she wants the father. She's jealous. And the thing about it is that he's not even giving Peggy that kind of vibes, like, you know, he wants to be with her or anything like that. And it wasn't even that kind of interaction, and she doesn't know that it's she's just kind of secondhand hearing everything and thinking that, oh, they're gonna be together now because he conferred, you know what I'm saying, with her for some advice. And because she wants to get with the dude, man, if you don't get your old ass out of here.
And I hate her for it.
That's not why you hate her.
I feel so guilty about it. And she goes on like nothing happened.
That's why you're here airing out her dirty laundry to the priest.
What about me being good for what?
I understand it's difficult. You know it's not your place to judge. You will get your reward in heaven. God loves you, and he knows that you love your sister.
A way to stay positive. Yes, they failed miserably.
Cooper walked them in the elevator. They acted impressed.
I'd be surprised if they still get this account.
No regrets, fellas. We were in it. That's the important thing.
It's heartbreaking. Still, Good work, Don.
We hired him to bring in new business, not lose old business.
Don't you love the chase?
No, nigga,
Sometimes
this
it doesn't work out.
stupid.
Those are the stakes.
All I remember
business
from
is
having
just
my
old
first
business.
for trying cigarettes for the first time, I remember being absolutely disgusted. That's what I remember.
Bobby, stop playing with the robot. Do you want
God.
to talk about it?
No.
I wonder if she's taking her resentment on
How was
her
your day?
son.
Bobby, what did I just say?
It was an accident.
You don't listen. Don, do something.
Is that what you wanted?
See, that's what I'm saying. You see, now you get the overreaction now because you keep telling him how to be a father. You don't do that. Women out there, wives. You get what I'm saying? Everything is happening because of an act. It's not like he's deliberately doing anything. First of all, if you didn't want the kid to be playing at the table with the robot, you just tell him to go put this, or go get up, take the robot and put it elsewhere. It's as simple as that, man. There's no, you're telling him to not play with the robot, but yet still you won't put it out of his reach. He's a child, man. He's a child. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's not listening. Obviously, he's misbehaving. There's no excuse for that either. But you are the adult, and you gotta, like, if you get up and you take the robot, if you said to him, don't play with the robot at the table, because, you know, everybody's eating. Now an accident occurs because as a result of it, you keep telling him. Obviously, this is not the first time she said it to him to stop playing with the robot, right? Get your ass up as the mother or the father and take the robot away. Put it on your side of the table. Whatever. Put it out of his reach. Whatever, because he's a child. If you leave it there, eventually he's going to end up with it back in his hand again. Come on, man. Come on. Because I know what they I know in this here, I know what they're trying to do is to paint Don as a bad father towards his kids. And it's not working for me. Because I see things so differently, man. Because a lot of times when you see stuff like this happen, now he overreacts because you keep telling him how to be a father. And no man wants to hear that. Because he's fathering the way how he knows how to father. He doesn't want to hit his children because, you know what? Let's finish the episode.
Take no responsibility for anything that goes on in this house.
Wow.
Pay the bills, clothes on your back, the damn stables.
I'm here all day, alone with them, outnumbered.
What about Carla? Doesn't she count?
It's not her job to raise our children.
You want me to bring home what I got at the office today? I'll put you through that window.
Well, equal rights, equal lefts. What do you thought was going to happen? Yo, what did you think was going to happen here? You can't listen. Let me tell y'all something, man. Listen, man. I got divorced. And it's you know what I'm saying? We're having an argument. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I spoke about it before. Well, not on these videos. But the reason why I got a divorce, you know, other than the mountain of issues that was going on in the relationship, you know, what really got me to that point to say I'm done, you know what I'm saying, was we're having an argument one night and she hit me in the face. Like, it was something that was happening because you know what I'm saying, at that time I was working construction, so I was working really long days, coming home late at night, you know what I'm saying, 10, 11 o'clock sometimes. So to come home and, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to tell me about some stupid shit that I don't give a shit about. Like, you work all day, leave home at, you know, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you get home at 11 p.m. at night. Like, you don't want to hear shit. You just want to eat and go sleep to wake up again and do the shit the next day. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with certain things, right? And to have your wife there telling you, that's been at home all day, not doing nothing, just relaxing, reading books, whatever, on the internet, whatnot, and all this other stuff, right? To have that person tell you, oh, you don't have to deal with stuff, you come home, and having, I don't even remember what the argument was about, but I essentially told her I don't care. So I don't know if that boiled her blood or whatever the situation is, but my answer to it was, I don't care. So she hit me in the face, right? She slapped me in the face, and I was like, I still don't care. You know what I mean? I was like, I still don't care. And she slapped me again, and eventually I got up. We were in the bed. I got up and I said to her, this was like a Saturday, because I worked Monday through Saturday at the time. And I told her, I'm leaving. I'm going to stay with my sister for a few days. When I come back, you're not supposed to be here. Simple as that. And that was that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not the type of dude who's gonna hit a woman. But as a woman out there, you watching my videos, as a woman, don't put your hands on your husband, man. Don't do it. Because if he hits you back, trust me, you're not gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know what I mean? Because even if you can see him right now, him doing it, he regrets, pushing her back. She wasn't expecting it. She was not expecting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised. I'm surprised he pushed her, as she didn't go much further than where she was. So he really held back, to be honest. He held back. He just gave her a little shove to let her know, don't put your hands on me. You know what I mean? I think he hit her once before, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think he did hit her once before. I don't remember. I don't remember if he did or not. Maybe it was a different show I was watching. I think it was this. I think he did hit her once already in the show in the first season. I don't remember. Maybe I'm thinking about something else.
Did your daddy get mad?
Oh yeah.
He did.
Dads get mad all the time.
Like me, but bigger.
I don't know. It's a weird situation.
To get you a new daddy.
I have to get you a new daddy. Them all day. That's what you signed up for. I don't understand why would you complain about that? Is that what you're supposed to do as a housewife? You can't complain about that now. It's what you signed up for. He works so you can be comfortable. You can go horseback riding and all of this other stuff that you do and enjoy all of these luxuries, cars, and all this other stuff. The thing about it, you have a nanny.
Something. Anything. How about you're going to help raise these children, not be one?
You do whatever you want.
It's not about what I do.
Betty's really starting to piss me off as a character, man, because she won't just chill.
The hell out of me. All it did was make me fantasize about the day I could murder him.
They don't understand, man. Abuse is a serious thing, bro.
And I wasn't half as good as Bobby.
Can't expect. Why are you gonna beat your kids with accidents? Like, this is dumb, dude.
Hello, Father. I read your sermon. I liked it. It's very colloquial.
You were very helpful.
Just really like.
For the little one.
Wow. She's straight up ratted on Peggy, man. Listen, right is right and wrong is wrong. Like so you know what I mean? Right is right and wrong is wrong, man. You can't refute that. You know what I mean? Like you can't refute that. So right is right and wrong is wrong, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and cap, you know what I mean, about what her sister did. Her sister was dead wrong for what she did, and she know what she was doing too. So I can't look at that and be like, oh, she was just trying to protect, or you know, she was jealous, and she did that. She revealed all of that information on purpose. It was information that you don't need to divulge in a confession. It wasn't any. It had nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So you reveal that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't need to go there. You could say you feel a certain way about your sister. You didn't have to reveal something like that about Peggy. And I think that was dead wrong. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, I've always thought of that confession thing that Catholics do. I think that is complete bullshit. I don't think it, you know, whether you guys want to think it's cool or whatever the situation is or whatever. I mean, that's not the only reason why I think it's BS, but I don't want to go too deep into that because, you know, people get all up in arms about, you know, you talking about their religion. So it's the situation is with this show, and now that I'm watching Don go through all of this stuff, and Don is not the greatest person in the world, which none of us are. You know what I'm saying? You can be so good to the point where, you know what I'm saying, where nobody can look at you and find any faults within your life. Damn near perfect. And that one flaw, people could look at it and be like, you're a terrible person. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is this, right? There are traits of Don that I don't like. There's things that he does that I don't like, right? Which, of course, number one, he cheats on his wife, right? But judging the situations individually, you can't just outright say Betty is right because Don cheats. You get what I'm saying? So you have to judge the situations by situations. You know what I'm saying? If it's a situation where, you know, this involves something that involves his, you know what I'm saying, something that involves his cheating, then you can go that route about it. But the situation that's at home, Don literally, since I think at the end of season 1, since then, he's been coming home every night. I don't know if you guys realize this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he has missed the night of coming home, and he's spending time with the children. I do think that he needs to be a little bit more involved in the upbringing. You know what I'm saying? You still got to find time to do that because you are their dad. You know what I'm saying? And he told the truth. He's like, listen, I provide the roof over your head. I'm doing all of this stuff. I'm working hard. I'm coming up with ideas and all of this other stuff at work. That stuff is mentally draining. You understand? So to come home and have to hear you trying to tell me I need to do this or I need to do that. No, I'm going to father the way how I feel like I need to father, because at the end of the day, the kids know they have a father. It's not like, you know what I mean? He comes home, you know what I'm saying, he plays with them when he can and all this other stuff. But you see, the problem is a lot of times in relationships and the dynamics that happen is that women, they get tired of the house life. You get what I'm saying? They get tired of it from now and again. When the thing about it is this, right? A lot of housewives, and I have this conversation with my mom all the time. My mom said if she didn't have to work, you know, during when we were going to school and stuff like that, she would be so happy. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom loves, I'm talking about being at she loves being at home, that's not doing much, you know what I'm saying, taking care of the home, fixing it up, you know what I'm saying, decorating, all that stuff. That's my mom at heart. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for anybody else. You get what I'm saying? I think that that's the ideal situation that most women should be in. But when it comes on to how we view things nowadays, where women want to do everything that men do and all of this other stuff, everything gets skewed in the process. Everything gets skewed in the process because you're like, okay, what is the man's role and what is the women's role? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, now you hear women's is like, oh, they want a partnership. You know what I mean? They don't view marriage as a business, which a marriage is a business. Okay, it's a business. Okay, and it's got to be ran like a business. There needs to be a head, and there needs to be someone that's helping to keep the business going, right? And when you start viewing marriage from that perspective, you will have a lot more success when both parties are playing their roles, right? But the problem is, you want partnerships to feel like, oh, you should have equal input, which I believe again is complete and utter bullshit. Nothing can be ran like, you can't have two people in a relationship, a man and a woman, and you don't have somebody that ultimately makes decisions. It just not going to work in the long run. If it worked for you, fine, but it's not. But the thing about it is, this majority of marriages that actually work, we're talking about long relationships. If you ask anybody that has any marriage that's like anywhere from 20 to 50 years that has lasted that long, you will hear them talk about how those roles play out and what the roles are. And the majority of them will tell you that the man was at the head of the marriage. That's why it lasted so long. Now, things could happen throughout a marriage other than having to do with the dynamics of who's in the lead and who, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Things could happen that cause a marriage to break up because, you know, somebody lost their temper or whatever the situation is. Things happen, fists flying, whatever the situation is. Things can happen throughout it that doesn't have nothing to do with the roles. It's just, you know, mishappenings happen or whatever the situation, cheating and all of this other stuff. Those things can cause marriages to break up, of course. But I'm talking about when it comes on to the role in a marriage, and when they work, most of the time, the man is the one that's at the head of that family. And obviously Don is, you know what I'm saying? He is. Having to go to work on a Sunday that he's not supposed to deal with work, to get that stuff done, to regroup and get that meeting, you know what I'm saying? And then it turns out that didn't pan out. They didn't get the account. And then you got to come home with that disappointment, you know, knowing everything that transpired that led up to the meeting as well, and come home and have to deal with that. Like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. So to have her say that to him, I would be angry too, especially if you kind of know how Don's past was from season 1 when they did a couple flashbacks. Also, you know what I'm saying? Also with his brother dying, like it's a lot of stuff that's untold with him, and you can't just look at it so surface and be like, oh, he cheats so he deserves it. No, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up, and I don't believe in that. So the situation happened, they had to deal with it, period. They had to deal with it. So I didn't like how she came at Don. She's been egging him on for a few episodes now, talking about, you know, questioning his fatherly abilities. And, you know, that wasn't cool to me because, you know, most dads are like that, especially the ones that make a lot of money. They're not really present like that. And most of the responsibility is left on the mother. And I know they get tired of it. I know. But you got to push through. You got to understand that if he doesn't do what he does, you don't get you don't get the life that you're having. So you got to respect that. You have to respect that. A lot of women, you hear them talk nowadays, talking about high value men that are making, you know, 6 figures to 6 to 7 figures. That's what they want, right? That's what they want. But what they don't understand is, if you want to build a family with somebody like that, you're gonna have to understand that those guys are working anywhere from 70 to 80 hours a week. They're working crazy hours. They don't have time to be home really cuddling you like that. Let's just be honest about it. These are busy men. And if they chose you to build a family with, guess what? You're going to have to accept the fact that they're not going to be present that much. And they get mad at that. That's the crazy thing about it. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At least at the end of the day, she kind of understood once he explained to her. It's like, listen, man, you know, I wasn't half as good as Tommy is, as a good kid. I was a bad kid. And my dad abused me, beat me all the time. Right? Is that what you want for Bobby? That's what you want for our kid? That's what you want me to do to him? Every time he makes a mistake, I'm with the belt. Ready? No, bruh. That ain't it. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? As I said, man, I do believe he needs to be a little bit more involved. Try to be a little bit more involved as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Both of them was wrong about how they approach the situation. You know what I'm saying? You should never have to come to any kind of pushing and shoving or hitting in a relationship. It should never get there, because once it gets there, I immediately would tell you that, you know, the reason why I decided to get a divorce because of that is because that's one of my things. Like, is a no-no for me. There's no forgiveness for those things. You cheat, you out of here. You hit me out of anger or whatever, you're out of here. Like, I can put up with everything else. I can pick up with the arguments, the silly stupidness and all of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? The back and forth. Like, I can deal with all of that. But don't put your hands on me and you don't cheat. Simple things to follow. You know what I'm saying? That's where I draw the line. I don't care how much I love you. I'll cry my tears and move on. That's where I draw the line, because those are two things I'm not going to do to you. So I don't want you to step across those lines and do them to me, because I know if I hit you back, I'm going to jail, because I'm probably not going to stop. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know what? I'm out. So that's just what it is. Anyways, guys, this was a brilliantly done episode. Loved it. Causes for a lot of conversation, man. I love this show. So if you want to leave a like, leave a comment, you can do that. Subscribe if you're new. It's your boy Terabyt Reacts, and I'm out. Peace.